When I initially was admitted into the hospital July 16th of 2007, they continued to prep me because I had uncontrollable bleeding. But prior to that, I had had another procedure that she had done, and it was after that procedure that all of the bleeding started. So then that's when she suggested the hysterectomy. Once I was admitted into the hospital, they started prepping me. I went into surgery July 20th of 2007. By July 23rd, and it seemed like I never came out of it. I don't remember anything, after coming out of surgery. And the only thing I remember is pain and trying to get up and get better. By July 23rd, they came in and found me on the floor. I had already flatlined. And that was when Dr. Richmond was called, and she told them over the phone how to get me to a level 1 trauma facility. It was St. Vincent's Hospital in Toledo, Ohio, that saved me. Once I got to that hospital, they took me into radiology, interventional radiology to be exact. And guess what? They found the catheter and floating around inside of my body. They put it back in my bladder, and it started flowing out of me just like a river. They couldn't keep the bags empty. And then from there, I was put into ICU in the coma. When I got to the level 1 trauma facility, I was already comatose. I stayed that way, like I said, for 6 weeks. Now, what happened during that time? My family and friends will have to tell you that. And after I came out, and this is why I'm so angry, because how can you do something like this to someone and then try to hide it? There's no way that this can be hid, because I am not going to be quiet about it, because it was so severe and it was so painful, and it's still painful. To think that my intelligence was insulted, to think that my cousin's intelligence was insulted. She has a medical degree just like the rest of them. And I feel as though if it weren't for her, God working through her, I may not be here today. And I do consider myself a miracle. And that's exactly what the doctors told me. That's one thing I do remember coming out of the coma, being a miracle patient. I felt so good because that was all God. I didn't have anything to do with that. It was all God's work. And this is why I am speaking out, because more awareness, more questions need to be asked by individuals when you go in for different procedures. Ask questions, do what you need to do to stay safe, and ask whatever you want to ask, even if it makes them upset. That's your right. It was my right. Like it's my right to speak out and not let them continue to try to say that it isn't true. Thank you.